Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Pay attention to industry trends for your business. I'm going to tell you what, whenever you in any type of business, I don't care what it is, pay attention to the trends. Pay attention to what's going on for it. I'll use my own business for an example. I have a lot of books on the market. And I remember in the early 2000s, that's when there was a big thing for books being sold online and books not being sold in bookstores. Bookstores at the time were going out. They were shutting up. They were shutting up because there was so many so many books being sold online. You know, PDFs, that really big company, which is named after a river in Brazil, they not paying me to advertise for them, but they were making a lot of money. I had to pay attention to that trend because that affected me. That's why I had to look into other stuff. But that was a trend. That was something I had to pay attention to. You know, I had to really look out. And that's just one example. That's something I was dealing with. You know, you might have to, no matter what your business is, you got to pay attention to what the industry is doing. Because it could be something that puts you out of business. It could be something new, a new way of doing things, a new way of providing service, another extra service. Like say you're providing some type of service and the industry all of a sudden comes up with a way to provide that service better. You need to learn it. Indeed, whenever you're in business, you should always have that mindset of learning what's new. You might have to go to seminars, webinars now. Shoot, that's something else. Shoot, you might have to get online. You might have different industries have different books. I remember I was in, it was actually a Korean place to eat. And you know, they are big in the black hair care industry. There was actually a book in Korean while I was waiting for my food that talked about that industry. They were keeping up with it and, doing their thing. Of course, the book was in Korean, so I was looking at pictures. I was like, oh, okay. But it was very important. I don't care what industry you in. I don't care what you're doing. What is going on? What is the big thing? And then decide what you want to do. Even me making videos and stuff, trust me, I pay attention to little things, little nuances and stuff and decide, okay, is this going to work for me? Right now, I can stick with what I'm doing because I'm still making money. See, one of the things you want to pay attention to the trends is it still comes down to money. What I talked about in the last video about business is about money. You still need to pay attention because there's been many people, they lost out because they not paying attention to the trends. They're behind. Then somebody else new come in, they'll do that new stuff. All of a sudden that business is going out because they don't want to change up. And it could be anything, you know? It could be new cooking ware, new way of cooking something, new way of providing service. You know, it could be just something new within that industry. Heck, it could be something new that really changes it, industry changing. You want to pay attention to that for your business. It could be new tools. It could be 100 things. I don't care what your business is. Pay attention to how it's done. I don't care what it is. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. There are no exceptions. You know, and it could be there's nothing new in your industry. Okay, fine. Or it could be you come up with something new. And then I'm just going to tell you this. If you do come up with something new in your business, you might be able to do seminars or webinars or books or whatever, sharing that with people. Because trust me, make some money. If you do come up with something new for your industry, Trust me, make some money off of it, because trust me, people paying attention to you. Because that's one thing. Let me just share that knowledge with you. Somebody's paying attention to your business. Trust me. Whether you cool with the person or not, they paying attention. It's like, oh, they doing it this way. Like if you have a brick and mortar store in the industry, you always are going to have someone walk in who may have a store too. They might or might not say anything. Like a local grocery store, they say people have to say something. Man, I'm like, please, they ain't saying anything. Please. So understand that. So if you do come up with something new for your industry, make some money off of it. Seriously, make some money off of it, because trust me. Or if you can patent it or whatever, do that. Like talk to an attorney or something, patent it, whatever you can do. Some stuff you can patent, some stuff you can't. If you can't really patent it, at least make money sharing it. But trust me, somebody is always looking. Somebody is always paying attention. Always do that. So they want to pay attention to anything new you're doing, but you need to be paying attention to whatever somebody else is doing. You need to be paying attention. It was like, oh, wait a minute, they making a lot of money and they doing something this way. Can I switch up? And seriously, y'all need to really think about that. Because that's how a lot of businesses go out of business. They don't pay attention to any of the trends or something new or new ways of doing stuff. They'll stick with whatever was working for them. And that can be cool depending on what you're doing. But then sometimes if you're not keeping up with trends or anything like that, somebody else will come and they'll be into those trends and they can put you out of business. Because that's the one thing, especially if you want to keep up with stuff, you might have to. Like I say, in the restaurant industry, you get a lot of vegans who are starting to eat. A lot of places that maybe they're not officially vegan restaurants, they still offering vegan items. That's a trend. They thinking about it. They're like, oh well, hold up, we can offer this meatless or something like that. I've been seeing that a lot. That's a trend. Now, depending on your place, if you have a restaurant or something, you might be like, yeah, whatever. But it's something to pay attention to. Like I said, if you make your money still doing whatever you're doing, go ahead and keep doing that. But you need to still be paying attention to whatever's going on. Going to seminars, going to webinars, talking with people. Like I said, you can be cool. Like I'll use the book industry for example. One of the things I noticed way back in the early 2000s, I would talk to these bookstore owners in the DC area, and these guys knew each other. These guys would go to lunch with each other and everything. They were working together. So whatever they were doing, I was finding out. And that's an important thing. So pay attention to industry trends for your business. Pay attention. Now, yeah, you want to still do your business, but pay attention to anything new. You can make money from it. Or if you come up with something new and, you might can teach others that. Or you might have to talk with an attorney or something like that to patent it or whatever. It depends on what you're doing. If it's a product or a service, whatever. Well, mainly if it's a product, but that's a whole other conversation, all right? So anyway, that's all I have. Pay attention, yo. That's all I have for today. Y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.